I'm Scott Humphreys from Humphreys Landscaping, and we were the lead landscape architects and have installed and continue to maintain this garden on the Herne Bay House. We're in Herne Bay, a beautiful suburb, central Auckland, spreads right across the inner city harbour.
The site is a very special site in Auckland that directly adjoins the water and is actually created out of two adjacent lots, so quite a wide frontage straight onto the harbour with two original boatsheds as well beside a public beach, so very special site.
Serenity, privacy, calm, and I think that was part of the brief. It just needs to be like an oasis which can be enjoyed without having to worry about neighbours looking in. All of these inner city suburbs, your neighbours are close, so to have this extra space here, it was important that we get that privacy, and that's really the feeling of this space. Plenty of outdoor entertaining areas. And it was very important that the architecture and the landscape join together. When you come into the property, the gardens are quite formal, there's a lot of hedging, and you can't see the view. But as you come down the staircase, you do see the view, and it opens up, and it's absolutely stunning. And the local beaches that are below the property, and the garden changes too as we come down. We keep some of the formality, topiary plants that are set in amongst a more loose garden. And then as we start going down towards the water edge of the property, it's all native. The garden has been terraced, basically from the seawall to the road, and so most of that has been done in block to match the house. The stone that's been used for a lot of the paving is a local blue stone, and up around the house the stone changes to match more of the interior of the house. The planting really softens the whole thing. We came up with something different, which included the glass house, and it's a beautiful focal point in the garden, and it certainly had the space to look as if it had always been there on the property and tied in beautifully with the architecture of the house. There's a lot of native planting that goes right around the coast. It's important that is maintained. You see uniformity. It's also very important to keep the native trees and as much planting as possible. So here on this property, we've maintained all the large trees like the Pohutukawa and Pururi trees, but we've also planted, particularly between the coast and the house, more native planting that suits the area. It grows well, but we've also blended that into sort of a more formal garden. As the garden encroaches the house, there's more exotic planting.
The house is sort of spread over 4 levels, so it's a substantial home. The property's been designed to have a series of surprises, and keeping the building very discreet from the road is an important strategy in that. The street side of the house is sort of the southern side, so we treated that with stone cladding to present quite a sculptural but private facade to the road, and really keeping the seaward side of the house as a surprise. When you wrap around to the northern side of the home, it's extensive glass facade to open out to the view and the light, but using extensive balconies and shading structures as well to soften that face of the building. It's a delightful kind of way to enter the home and find these separate living spaces and entertaining areas that are around the property, both inside and outside.
Do a lot of work with Julian and have done over the years. We were very excited about it. We both were to work together, putting this design together to suit the client's needs, but also, more importantly, the property as well. Working with the client for a long period of time to make sure that the gardens end up looking like they were envisaged in the beginning. What I'd be most proud of is that it was designed and installed over a period of 3 years, and it took a lot of organisation and a lot of planning. The end result now, coming back here, I'm very proud to see that the garden is really what we envisaged in the beginning, and it's matured beautifully.
Arriving here and seeing the setting of this place, the gardens, and then the natural setting around the site of the beach and the harbour beyond. You come here and you feel very relaxed. The special environment when you know you're only sort of a few minutes out of the city, but you come here, you're in essentially a resort environment, which just makes you feel very peaceful and just a nice place to spend some time. And I'm never in any hurry to leave.